Hello everyone, Ziljin here with another art episode. So you can, at initial glance, you can hopefully tell this is fantasy artwork, mostly warriors. Okay, and so some of them have backgrounds and some of them don't. Yeah, so I don't always put the same effort into every picture. It depends on my mood, depends on what I'm drawing, you know. So the first one is pretty high effort, I guess. Here, just click this out for 1 second so you can see the horn over there. So yeah, so what I try to do with this picture, here's this poor human lady over here, typical blonde with blue eyes. She's crying her eyes out because she's captured by these demons. She's tied up to a stake, which usually is like is associated with, burning at the stake, but instead she is getting tortured or executed. I don't know, maybe it's like gladiators or something. Like it's like a public execution or something. You can decide, you want to torture, you want to burn her alive, or chop her head off, or whip her to death, torture her. So you could tell that these two demons look a little different, eh? So this is my idea of like a full demon. She got huge horns, purple horns, yellow eyes. So those are going to be the trademark. Well, maybe not trademark. I mean, you can always have different horns. You know how people have different skin colors, different hair colors, so different eye colors. So, but right now for this one, just trying to let you know these two are demons. Well, this is a full demon, this is a half demon. So they both got horns, both got yellow eyes, and they both got tails. But she has a bigger tail, she has red skin, and demons, I guess, don't have any hair. And their horns are bigger, their tails are bigger. And then she has more armor, I guess, because she's higher rank. She's a first-class citizen, being a full-blood demon, while she's only a half-blood demon, a half-breed, which is, so, there's racism in my fantasy fan fiction universe, fictional universe. So she has a whip for torture. I wanted to have like torn clothes and blood everywhere, but then decided that's not good for the family-friendly Felix, Family-friendly Felix would not approve. YouTube would not approve. So cut down on all the torture implications. I mean, torture visual. You can just assume she's about to get tortured because she got a whip over here and an axe. And she's got the full armor. Didn't want to have all the armor to be the same color, so you got the black armor, red armor, and then the gray chainmail. So hopefully those squiggly lines makes it look more like chainmail. Yeah. And on to this demon over here. She's a half demon. Hopefully you can tell because she has smaller horns. So she still has the purple horns and the yellow eyes. Yeah, so. And the red shoulder pads. And the armor. And then, yeah. She has a tail, but it's the same color as her human flesh. So it looks kind of weird, but I was gonna think, do I want to make the tail red? But then it'll be weird. Like, why does she have different colored skin and different colored tail? It looks kind of weird, but I just want to have her tail, So I'm gonna be drawing more demonoids later. So I'll try to make it kind of similar to, how humans are. They'll have different colored horns, different colored eyes, different colored skin. I guess maybe I should have different shaped horns, but I don't know, because I want to draw obviously I have a Minotaur, so I want to draw other stuff like satyrs, Minotaurs, other creatures with horns on it. I don't want all the horns to look the same and have the same color. I'll have to think more about it later. Don't want everyone to have like the same brown horns, But even you look at horned animals like cows, they have so many different horns. And elk, deer, like all their horns are different. Goat horns are different and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'll try to have some inspiration about that. So maybe like satyrs will have goat horns. Minotaurs will have cow horns, stuff like that. But I might just mix and mash. Anyway, enough rambling about that. I think, look at her abs. They're tiny. She got bigger eyes than she got abs. It's kind of ridiculous. And she got this massive axe over here. It looks, yo, Jesus, that's bigger than her. Yeah, so obviously my proportions is not very accurate. Kind of like miniature stuff. Huge heads, huge weapons, tiny ass hands and limbs. Yeah, I think we covered enough for this picture. Yeah, I actually was considering making her like an elf to make it a little more fantastical, giant pointy ears, but the main focus was on demons. And next up here is a map. I actually started out just like, sometimes I just try to draw some squiggly lines and then like, this squiggly line actually looks okay. And I modified it a little bit, like over here, added in a river and a lake. And then here's the road, yeah, so, and here's some islands. Hopefully you can tell these are supposed to be farmland. Here's a little village. I mean, obviously, a village is not just one building. It's just representing, it's like a symbol. This is like a small village. Here's some farmland. You know, the farmland is bigger than the village. Obviously, the village is massive. Well, maybe not massive, but anyway, yeah, this it just represents. There's like some human settlement over here. And here's a castle, so you can tell it's like a capital, somewhere important, military fortress. And they got more farms, and there's some random forests. Obviously, it's not that detailed, because I didn't want to cram too much into it. And here's so here's the forest, and here's some mountains up top. And here's the compass, golden compass. Is that a name of a series or something? Golden compass. Anyway, yeah, so that's the map. I don't know if I want to draw maps that much. I mean, I want to draw maps, but they seem kind of hard. Like how do you decide the shapes and stuff in the terrain, and then I have to draw the settlements and stuff. I mean, yeah, I do like looking at maps, but the maps I draw would be obviously low detail like this. So maybe I'll draw some more maps later, but it's not as interesting as, say drawing warriors and stuff. But I do have some interest in drawing maps and buildings and stuff like that. And here's a Minotaur. At least my best attempt at it. Hey, I just realized the head kind of looks like the Chicago Bulls logo, the team mascot. I mean, not mascot, the team logo symbol with these like the horns and the head like that. So the head looks probably wrong because the head is like tilted downward. It should be facing you, so it shouldn't look like that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, the cow head is like more long. I mean, it is long in this picture, but it should be pointed down, so it looks kind of weird. But that's how I drew it. And here's the nose, and here's the mouth. Yeah, you don't need to know that. But the head looks kind of small compared to the rest of the body. So in this case, the limbs are actually bigger than the head, rather than usually I draw the head bigger than the limbs. And he's half naked because, I don't know, I wanted to make him look more tribal, primitive looking. Because like a ferocious warrior, you don't need to be covered in armor, But yeah, obviously I'm going to make it, make some more so they'll have armor. But right now for this one, not much armor, just some shoulder pads, and he's wearing underwear. Yeah, he's got those trunks, and he got a double-sided axe. So usually you just have like a curve over here. So this one has a different kind of curve, so it looks a little different. Yeah, just wanted to make his weapon look slightly less similar as the other ones. I probably messed up the abs over here, but yeah, if you cover the head, why am I'm covering the screen, but you can't see that. But yeah, ignore this, and down below is basically just a human. Yeah, so I'm not that creative when it comes to the fantasy creatures anyway. Same thing, you just cover the head and it's a human. But yeah, so here's an orc farmer or orc peasant. Yes, you got a fork over here. So yeah, so not all turns out not all farming forks have 3 prongs or 4 prongs or whatever. Some of them just have 2 prongs. Although it probably would have looked more like a fork or pitchfork if I gave it a 3rd thong. Is it thong? Thong? Yeah, whatever. And here's a stick. And the typical, this is like the only position I know how to hold a weapon, a spear. arm like that, holding it vertically. I can somewhat consistently draw. Oh, maybe the arm should be a little thicker. I don't know. It looks okay. Yeah, maybe like a little sticking out over here. And this is supposed to be like a basket or something, a bucket. It's not. You can't see it. So here's the. Yeah, I decided not have all the women always have super long hair. You know, I don't want to hair shame any woman saying that you can't have short hair. But this is about the shortest I'm willing to go. I'm not really into the the buzz cut, the short hair. But maybe I'll do this later for some warriors, maybe. But yeah. So she's an orc. Mostly you can tell by the green skin, and it gave her green hair, so she actually looks more like a she-hulk, a Hulk, rather than an orc. Because usually you see orcs with like brown hair, black hair, kind of like humans. Yeah. So yeah, it's up to your own artist's interpretation. So that's the cool thing about creating stuff. You can just do with whatever the hell you want. So same thing with orcs. I'm gonna have them different skin. I don't know if I'm gonna have different teeth over here. Maybe not. Maybe not all of them will have massive teeth jutting out. You know, like for the like if I don't know if I'm gonna draw half human, half orc hybrids, because this kind of already looks like a half human, half orc hybrid. It doesn't really look that orcish. That's stereotypically orcish. I mean, I guess I would just be like for half orc, half human hybrid, it would be like just like this, but color it pink, beige colors, and then like bam, instant hybrid. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to draw some fantasy civilians. Yeah, I should have mentioned that earlier. So I was gonna make this a badass warrior, but then decided to make her a civilian. Then here's the badass warrior. Here's the orc, but also she looks kind of humanish. And wow, she has long ass hair and legs. So here she got a shield. It looks closer to a Viking shield, I guess. Yeah, you got this embossment or whatever the hell. So you got a strap on the hand and on the arm. I don't know if that's how all shields are, but that's usually how I draw them. Yeah, goes on the arm, and then there's same position as before with the spear. So actually this is what I was thinking of drawing in the first place, but then I turned it into a peasant, and then I ended up drawing a spear woman, or spearman, or spear woman. And then she's defending a fort or something, or base. So there's a wooden stake fence behind her, and there's some grass. Yeah. But it's all open blue skies. I mean, I could have put some more effort into it. Maybe, I don't know. Try to draw something in the background. I don't know, like a tent or something. I don't know. Or a building. But I opted with a fence. I could have even drawn something like crops or something. I don't know. Maybe right now the goal is quantity, not quality. I mean, I put some effort. I mean, I was some more effort than others, and yeah, enough rambling over there. So sometimes I try to draw more pictures. Yeah. So this one I put a little more effort into it. You can tell there's actual background here. So here as you can see, there's trees, and then the background is obviously more trees. But in the distance, yeah, so more trees and more trees, so different color brown. But here's the foreground trees, the closest to the elf over here. Here's a wood elf, so he has darker skin because because he's like a barbarian. Not really a barbarian. Don't want to be racist and say like uncivilized people are barbarians, but that's the idea that I had. He's more tribal, more primitive compared to like high elves. So he's wood elves living in the forest, living in the woods. You got the long ass hair. With the usually the elves you see have like a long flowing hair. So this one I decided to opt for like short shaggy hair with massive beard. Elves are usually clean shaven with long hair. So this actually looks kind of like a satyr. So like, but yeah, I want the wood elves to look more like more bearded, more short hair, stuff like that. Yeah, I want to make them look more like they actually live in the woods, all natural. Like, why would you be shaving off your hair if you're, supporting in nature and stuff like that? He's all natural. He doesn't shave, although he doesn't have any chest hair anyway. He's naturally hairless on the chest. And here's his massive pet wolf. And you can tell I don't know how to draw wolves. I mean, the head is like probably somewhat close. And then the body, oh my god, what happened here? Literally, really fat. Massive tail, massive feet, legs over here. Yeah. I probably have to learn how to draw animals. Yeah, I definitely need to know how to draw animals. And yeah, so here's a... And yeah, here's a wood elf axeman with his pet wolf. He's a hunter, I guess. Also got that single shoulder pad to protect his weapon arm. I don't know why he's not protecting his other arm. Yeah, he's petting his wolf here. Hopefully you can't hear that car that just started up. Freaking, oh, it's fucking UPS. Okay. Here's a knight. He got a warhammer or sledgehammer or something. Do they use that kind of hammers in the medieval past? But I guess since it's fantasy, it don't matter. I can make it whatever the hell I want. And I just realized the cape looks kind of off over here. Probably should have slanted it or something. And the armor, whoopsie daisy. But yeah, he's got the armor up the wazoo. Got golden, gray, and it's supposed to be light gray, but it turned out ended up looking like white. He even got a cape. He has a cape going on here, and the helmet, I decided to make a more fantastical helmet. Make it look less like the medieval helmets. Make it look different. I actually trying to make it look like the one from Griffith from Berserk, but obviously you can see I failed on that. But yeah, this initial design was supposed to be somewhat inspired by Griffith from Berserk, but yeah, I didn't actually look up any pictures. I just remember it's like a beak or something, and there's the eye sockets. But yeah, he's gold because he's fantastical. I guess he's more ornament because you can't go into battle with gold armor. You know, that shit's brittle. And it's not brittle, but anyway, I read something about how gold is not as strong as, you know, steel or iron, bronze, stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, just a very standard looking knight. Not standard actually, but here's another knight. This time he's on horseback. He's on a lancer, and maybe you remember Lego. Was it Lego Fantasy, Lego Castle, Lego King? Not Lego Kingdoms, but yeah, it was Lego Castle. They had the Crown Knights versus the Trolls and the Skeletons. So hopefully you can tell by the shield, this guy is inspired by the Lego Crown Knights. You got the blue plume over here. You got the golden trim shield, gold crown, and the dark blue, light blue emblems. And you got the horse. You got some horse armor. And this is supposed to be chainmail. Does this chainmail go up to the neck? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably should have covered the head too. Maybe. No, don't want it to be too heavy on the head, right? I'm not sure if the neck should be covered in armor. Probably could have stopped it over here. And you got a stirrup over here and you got a saddle. I probably should have given the saddle trim, but I'm not that good at drawing a horseback, so it looks kind of awkward. He's just like, you know, standing. Shouldn't he be like leaning forward maybe? But he's in the standing position. I don't know. He's not fighting yet, so obviously his lance is not thrust forward. He's just holding it with a shield, and possibly the lance should be lower. I just want to show the lance, you know, the lance thing and the stick over here. Maybe the other arm should be, you know, visible, so it's like this. One arm is holding the shield, and the other arm is like holding the lance, you know. Yeah. But you got the stirrup. I usually don't draw with the stirrup. Always rambling in these kind of videos. Okay, that pretty much covers it all. So you got the, oh, I didn't, wait. Let me just show you 1 second. Shit, where's my mouse? Yeah. You didn't miss much. It's just his ear and the sideburns. And yeah. So as always, like all these videos, I was rambling on about the pictures that I'm drawing. So this one was fantasy. So hopefully you enjoyed it. So I'm gonna be drawing. So like I said, I'm gonna be drawing more fantasy, drawing more sci-fi, drawing more modern humans. The The modern humans, unfortunately, gonna be more perverted, more sexually inclined. For the fantasy stuff, the sci-fi stuff, I can do with the more badass warriors. But sometimes I draw sexy ass female warriors. So the gutter brain keeps on invading it. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, like I usually say, if you got any requests, any suggestions, or anything you want, like you're interested in seeing me draw, feel free to write it down below. I'll get to it eventually, hopefully. I still haven't drawn those animals yet. I should. I definitely should draw some animals. Didn't I draw a tree or something? I don't know. Yeah. So I'll try to draw some animals, draw some forest, some terrain. So the map is kind of like terrain, but not really. So maybe some buildings. Yeah, so there's a lot of things I want to draw, but then I usually end up doing something simpler, like just soldiers, just a badass warrior, standing in front of like a fence or something, or yeah, or a bunch of trees. Yeah, that's my default. I always draw trees in the background. Always trees in the background because that's easy. Yeah, so I mean, and also, yeah, so hopefully I'll try to draw some more high effort, high detailed drawings, but yeah. Fantasy, modern humans, sci-fi, but mostly in the modern humans with the sexy ass women with all the curves. But I'll try to sprinkle in some fantasy and some sci-fi every now and then. I should probably try some sexy sci-fi, right? Yeah, female marines with the boob armor, like Nova from StarCraft Coach Kerrigan. Those are some good-looking curves. Anyway. More rambling as usual, so yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, enjoying this series, enjoying my art. So if you like or dislike the video, be sure to let me know down below, and any comments and suggestions, and then subscribe for more art videos, more Let's Plays. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.